Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. It is officially October 1st, which means that it is the first day of the Spooktober Readathon, which is a month-long readathon that I've been hosting once a year since 2020. So this year is technically the fourth round of it, I think. 2020, 2021, 2022, yes. Okay, fourth round of this readathon, and as per usual, I am so excited for it, and I just wanted to go ahead and share my TBR with y'all today. I do also hope to vlog, if not every single week of the readathon, or if not like 4 separate vlogs for the readathon, I'll probably do like 1 vlog per every 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that one out, but I do want to vlog this year's round as well. But for right now, I'm just here to announce my TBR with y'all, or to share my TBR with y'all. I am on Team Killer. This is my second year on this team. In the past, I had been on Team Zombie, which is the horror-focused genre team. But I have so many thrillers on my shelf and I need to read them. So I am once again on Team Killer this year, which focuses on the thriller genre. So there are 6 prompts plus a team book. And I am just gonna go through really fast and talk to y'all about the prompts and what I have planned to read for each prompt. I'm not going to talk a ton about the books. I don't know a lot about them as per usual, but they're all mostly backlisted books and I just need to get to them like right now. So the first prompt is Pulpic. So I picked 4 or 5 books, I think, and had people vote on them, and the winner of that poll was The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. I have read one other book by this author and I didn't like it, so I'm very nervous about this one, but I have heard that it is so good. It's becoming a movie, I think, and there's like a sequel coming out, I'm pretty sure, but this won my Pulpic by a lot, so I'll be reading this one for the Pulpic prompt. I do plan to start this one today. It's about a wife who defends her husband. Or here, the question is, would you defend your husband if he was accused of killing his mistress? I do like to go into thrillers kind of blind without knowing too much about them, so that's all I'm gonna say about this one, but I have heard it's really good, so my expectations for it are still pretty high, even though I wasn't a huge fan of the other book that I've read by this author. The next prompt is for Team Killer, staircase, hallway, or house on the cover, and for that I'm going to be reading Bad Things Feel Best. This is probably technically a romance, but it is a thriller suspense romance, so I'm gonna count it. I can't go a whole month without reading any romance, so we're throwing this one in here. I think it still counts. I have heard it's very suspenseful, and I feel like that might count as a thrilling book. No idea what this one is about, but I love Ivy Smoke. I've read, I don't know, 5 or 6 of her other books and have really enjoyed them overall. So I'm excited to get to this one. I think it will be very different from the other things that I've read by her, but I don't think that's going to be a bad thing. The third prompt for Team Killer is a book with multiple POVs, and for that I am reading an arc called The Clinic by Kate Quinn. I have had this author on my radar for a while. Kate wrote a thriller. I believe it is the same author. If it's not, that's going to be super awkward. But there's a thriller out there called Black Widows, about these 3 wives who are married to the same man, but I don't think that they realize it, and I think he ends up dead. But anyway, I've had that book on my radar for forever, and I think I was approved to read The Clinic by the same author, and so I went ahead and downloaded it. It was a widget, I think, for me. Not quite sure what this one is about, but that book just sounded very fascinating to me, and so I was like, we're gonna go ahead and try this author out with this book, since I was able to get an early copy of it. So this one is not released yet, it's not backlisted, but it is a one that I want to get to before its release date, maybe. And then the 4th prompt is Missing Person, and for that I will be reading another arc called Missing Clarissa. The word missing is in the title, so I'm just going to hope that it involves a missing person. It definitely does, it has to, right? This is another arc, NetGalley, no idea what it's about, but it was another widget that I was approved to read, and I can't say no to widgets most of the time. So yay for me, building up my NetGalley shelf of still unread books and decreasing my feedback ratio, but it's fine. We're doing great. The 5th prompt for Team Killer is to read a book published in 2023, and for that I'm going to be reading The Stranger Upstairs. I have the audiobook for this one on hold. I'm hoping I get to it this month. If not, it is a pretty short book, so I think it'll be quick to get to regardless, but I've just been really vibing with audiobooks recently and would love to have a double format as I read this one if possible, just because I can listen to it as I get ready for work or get ready for class or whatever. So this is the next book that I have on my TBR. All I'll say about this one is what the top of it says. Most people wouldn't buy an infamous murder house to renovate for fun, but Sarah Slade is not most people. I think this cover is stunning. I got this one because I wanted to get Riley Sager's newest book, which, whatever the title of that one is, but I had to pick one of like the monthly picks because, yeah, I had to pick one of the monthly picks in order to get that book. So I got this one as my pick because thriller, we love thrillers. So that's this one. And then the last prompt for Team Killer is to read any thriller book, and for that I will be reading People Like Us by Dana Meal. I've had this book on my shelf for probably years. I got it very much on sale from Books A Million, Books and Company, and it's still sitting here. So I do have the audiobook for this one as well, and I will be hopefully getting to it very quickly because I just want to read it and then pass it along to somebody else. I don't need it on my shelf anymore once I do end up getting to it. And then there is, for every single team, 2 team books. We can all pick one to read to get bonus points. So I'm going to be reading Murder Trending by Gretchen McNeil, I believe is the author. This one is available on Kindle Unlimited. I'm going to download it from there and read it. I do not need to be buying more books. I really do not. So I'm going to be good and read it on my Kindle. But this is a YA thriller and it sounds really interesting and I cannot wait to get to it. It is the first in a trilogy, and I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't end on a cliffhanger, but if it does, it's YA, they're short. I think I can get to the rest of the series later on if I really feel the need to. But that is the 7th and final book that I'll be reading for this readathon, fingers crossed. Will my plans change? Who knows? I really hope not. It would be amazing if they did not change, but they might. I am very much a mood reader, and we'll see what I end up being in the mood for this month, but I'm hoping that these are the books that I get to and I stick with that. So yeah, that was a very probably unexciting video talking about my Spooktober reading plans. Again, I do hope to vlog this readathon as well this year. I don't think I've done it the past couple of years, and I want to change that this year. So keep an eye out for future Spooktober videos throughout this month. And I also have live sprints scheduled for Spooktober and everybody in general really throughout this month. So coming out and read all the spooky books with me during this month-long readathon. If you are participating in Spooktober, let me know in the comments down below what you're going to be reading and or what team you are competing with. This is always one of my favorite readathons. I am biased toward it, but I do love Spooktober. I love spooky season, and I cannot wait for the weather to also embody fall, if you know what I mean. Because right now it is still 85 freaking degrees outside. And that's not fall, but it's fine. But anyway, that's all that I have for this spooky TBR video. I don't normally make monthly TBRs, but in the case of this readathon that I co-host, I definitely feel as though it's necessary. So this is my TBR for this month. Anyway, that is all that I have for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.